Good afternoon, friends. I'm Dr. Aajay Shah, and I'm bringing you this another Facebook Live. Uh, I've been doing Facebook Live during the daytime, during my lunch break. These are about 10 to 15 minute long, short segments. We do our long Facebook Live in the evening. Thanks for being a supporter. We have now 20,000 followers, so that's a great rise in last 5 months. Thanks to Hannah. We've been also on YouTube, so reach out to our YouTube channel. Today we are talking about nutrition. Today we're going to cover two questions. I'm doing this question and answer format. We already have recorded about 4 nutrition videos on YouTube, so please watch them. Today we're going to cover two questions. One, what is calorie density and what is the importance of it? And second question is, what is caloric restriction? So we're going to go ahead and talk about caloric density first. We all love to eat. As human, eating is a fun activity. At the same time, we need to make sure the food we eat does not harm us and does not cause obesity and overweight problem. So we need to know what to eat. We all eat about 3 pounds of food per day. So about 3 to 4 pounds of food per day. So calorie per pound is going to be very important, because if you don't follow the calories per pound, and if you're eating 3 pounds, we could be eating a lot of calories. So let's see what is called caloric density. Caloric density means calories per pound. Calories per pound. So to give you example, when we eat fresh green vegetables, either raw or water cooked, it's about 100 to 150 calories per pound. When we eat fruits, it's about 300 calories per pound. When we eat oatmeal, it's about 350 calories per pound. When we eat potatoes, just baked potatoes, it's about 500 calories per pound. When we eat beans, it's about 550 calories per pound, just cooked beans with water cooked beans. When we eat bread, any kind of bread, it's about 1,200 calories per pound. When we eat Oreos, a very processed cookie, it's about 2,000 calories per pound. When we eat nuts like almonds, it's about 2,600 calories per pound. And when we have any kind of oil, it's about 4,000 calories per pound. So you can see the difference between vegetables, the lowest calorie per pound, versus the oil, the highest calorie per pound, is almost 40 times. So that way it's important to know what caloric density is. When we eat about 3 pounds per day, which we all eat, our stomach requires about 1 pound per each meal. So for breakfast, we eat about 1 pound. For lunch, we eat about 1 pound. For dinner, we eat about 1 pound. So we eat average about 3 pounds per day. If we eat about 500 calories per pound, we will get 1,500 calories per day. For most people who are overweight or obese, that's the calorie I recommend. I recommend about 12 to 1,500 calories per day if you want to lose weight and be physically active. If that's the case, we should be eating about 500 calories per pound. If your diet includes a lot of oily food, if your diet includes a lot of animal products, if your diet includes a lot of processed food, that has a very high caloric density, almost 1,200 to 1,500 calories per pound. And if you're going to eat 3 pounds per day, that's going to give you more than 3,000 calories per day. And not only you will not lose any weight, but you will actually gain weight. So again, caloric density is very important. By WHO, it's recommended that your food should be about 500 calories per pound. So what are the things which makes any food low calorie dense? Because goal is to eat low calorie dense food so we can eat more of that food. So what are the things which makes food low calorie dense? Number 1 is water. When the water content of any food is high, it makes calorie density low. To give you example, when we eat fruits, it's about 300 calories per pound. When we eat dry foods, it's almost 1,000 or more calories per pound, because dry foods, all the water has been removed. So even though dry food has all the micronutrients, dry fruit has all the taste, dry fruits has all the fiber, still water is removed. And water produces bulk, water produces volume. And that's the reason the calorie density goes down. Again, when we eat fresh fruit, it fills our stomach rather quickly because it has a volume, it has a bulk. Versus when we eat dry foods, because it does not have water, it does not produce the bulk or the volume, so we don't feel full. So again, the important thing is having water as much as possible in every food we eat. And for that reason, vegetables and fruits, which has almost 80 to 90% of their content is water, becomes a low calorie dense food. When we eat any processed food like chips, that has a very low content of water, and for that reason it is high caloric dense food. The second ingredient which helps to keep the calorie density low is fiber. When we have lots of fiber, fiber is indigestible. Fiber produces the bulk, fiber produces the volume, but body does not digest the fiber and body does not get any calorie from fiber. So again, it's very important that we have a high fiber diet. So number one, high water content food. Number two, high fiber content food. And number three is the micronutrients. We all know that our body craves for micronutrients. When we don't have adequate micronutrients, we probably will be eating a lot more quantity of food. So micronutrients also becomes very important. So again, to repeat myself, we all like to eat. Hunger cannot be resisted. Willpower will not work on the hunger. Willpower may work for a day or two in terms of restricting your hunger, but eventually you will give up. So we all need to eat food at least 3 pounds per day. As a human, we eat 3 pounds, average about 3 pounds per day. All of us eat about 3 pounds per day. So we need to eat the right calorie density food to have 3 pounds of food, but have satiety, have fullness, but not have too many calories. To give you example, if you eat a lot of junk food, if you eat a lot of animal products, it almost gives you 1,500 to 2,000 calories per pound. That means if you are on a 1,500 calorie diet per day to lose weight, you will be eating only 1 pound per day. And nobody will get satiety from 1 pound per day. You need at least 2.5 to 3 pounds per day. So to eat the junk food, to eat a lot of processed food, to eat a lot of oily food, to eat a lot of animal products, to eat cheese, to eat white bread without fiber, all those things will have high caloric density, and you will not be able to eat inadequate food if you are on a 1,500 calorie diet. I've given a separate video on whether you should be counting calories or not, or you should be weighing the food. Both are not necessary if you eat whole food, plant-based diet without any oil. So again, caloric density concept is very important. And this caloric density concept has been practiced by millions of people across the world. If you look at even in America, Seventh-day Adventist people in Loma Linda, which is one of the blue zone of the world, Seventh-day Adventist people, they eat vegan food, whole food, plant-based food with no oil, and their caloric density is about 500 calories per pound. They're very lean. Their body mass index is only 22 or 23. They live about 10 years longer. They don't develop diabetes or very low risk of diabetes. They don't have high blood pressure. And main reason for this Seventh-day Adventist people having a great health and great longevity and lifespan is because they eat low calorie dense food. So again, calorie density concept is very, very important. There is a great video by Jeff Novik on YouTube. It's about an hour long. Obviously, I've learned from all these giants in lifestyle medicine, and Jeff Novik has some great videos on caloric density. So to give you just some example, if you are eating any packaged food which is ready to eat, if you are eating any packaged food which is ready to eat, to give you example, like for example, potato chips, I typically don't eat it, but if any of us want to eat potato chips, we should look at the calories per pound. Calories per pound. If potato chips has more than 500, 700 calories per pound, we should not be eating that label food. If you cook the food with water, then don't look at the label, because if you buy the bags of beans and if you cook the beans at home, because water will get in the beans, the calorie density will go down. So again, try to eat calorie density less than 500 calories per pound. If you eat whole food, plant-based diet, that means more vegetables, more raw vegetables, more cooked vegetables with water, 5 to 7 servings of fruits, 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, you probably will have very low calorie dense food, about 3 to 400 calorie per pound. And then you add intact grains, which is about 800 to 1000 calorie per pound. So your average calorie per pound will be about 500. If you have a very small amount of animal product, I can understand that may make your calorie density about 600 calorie per pound. But definitely eating more than 800 calorie per pound will not make you lose weight. If anything, will make you gain weight. And if you eat any food which has a 1200 calories per pound or more, you definitely will not lose weight and you will gain rapidly very weight. So again, eat calorie dense food which is less than 500, maybe 600 calories per pound. So this was a concept of caloric density. Very important concept. Try to eat the low calorie dense food. That means food with lots of water, like vegetables and fruits, food with lots of fiber, same thing, vegetables and fruits, and food with a high micronutrients. So let's go to the second question. Second question was, what is caloric density? What is not caloric density, what is caloric restriction? Second question was, what is caloric restriction? Caloric restriction concept has been around for almost 90 or 100 years. It was initially given by William McKay in 1920s, where when he did the experiments, whenever the animals were given less calories per day, they live long. The typical math was when animals were given 10% less calorie, they live 10% longer. That experiment was repeated in many larger animals, including cats and mice, and they also had a high longevity when calories were restricted. In humans, the experiments is still ongoing. Most data shows that whenever caloric restriction is made, there's less chance of diabetes, less chance of high blood pressure, less chance of cancer. People live longer. So I think caloric restriction concept is very important. There are a lot of books written on caloric restriction. I highly recommend all of us to follow caloric restriction. And there are living examples in the world. To give you example, a lot of the blue zones, for example, Okinawan people live the longest in the world. Many of them live up to 100, happy, healthy, and they have a great life even at 100. They're very active, and it's been proven that Okinawan people have been doing caloric restriction for hundreds of years, 2, 3, 500, thousands of years. They eat about 15 to 17, 1800 calories per day. They're physically very active. So again, caloric restriction concept is very important. In America, not only we don't have caloric restriction, but we have actually caloric access. When we compare the diet from 1970 to 2010, in 40 years, we are eating about 500 more calories per day. So instead of going towards caloric restriction, which is the right thing to do, we are actually going towards caloric access, which is exactly opposite thing than what has been proven to be healthy and make you live long. So we are actually eating more instead of eating less. Totally wrong thing to do, but that's what we are doing. And most of our 500 extra calories are very unhealthy calories. A lot of processed grain, a lot of vegetable oils, a lot of fat, a lot of cheese. So again, that needs to change. So I gave you two concepts. One was caloric density. One was caloric density, and second concept is the caloric restriction. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video will be on YouTube in next few hours. Watch our other YouTube videos also. Invite your friends and family, like our page. We already have about 20,000 followers. We are rapidly growing. We are posting every day, at least 5 times a day, on the weekends more. We have different guests coming on our Zoom live. So definitely, join the movement to be healthy, to live long, to avoid the costly medications, costly procedures. We have now regular Zoom call for type 2 diabetes, how to reverse diabetes every Sunday at 4 o'clock. We're going to be starting a lifestyle Zoom calls, which will be on Saturday at 4 o'clock. So join. All the links for the Zoom calls will be posted on Facebook. Only thing you have to do is just click on the link and you will be on the Zoom call. So I hope you are enjoying what we are providing you. Again, invite your friends and have a great afternoon. Thank you.